Hey guys, welcome back to another video with another diecast review. And today we'll be looking at another case highlights unboxing, and this time it will be the case on case E of 2026 singles. Now you see, like this case so far in the States at least has been like pretty easy to find. I didn't really have any like problems of finding these, and neither did anybody else. So yeah, I think that everybody had a good shot of finding these, which is definitely a good thing since that Mattel's distribution is definitely good, but like not all the time. Well, like don't get me wrong, it's still good. It's just kind of like all over the place, let's just say, because you see, like this case has been like has quite the history. So like you see, first of all, it contains like two really super chase in one case, which if you know, you know that that like only like super chases were meant to be like released once. They were only like they replaced like one car of one case, and were only 4,000 of them were produced, and they were never released ever again. So, and unfortunately, like it sucks to see them Mattel actually like breaking the promise. It's like a promise broken, and seeing that like these really super chases are here in front of us. I already did a short on this, so if you want to check that out. But yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate. But anyway, so you see, what's kind of interesting is that like you see, like Target has not gone like KC or KC, which is like pretty interesting. And fun fact, like Walmart has actually gone like the half count case for each of these cases. However, like you see, at least like KC include like all the highlights that is in it. You know, like with Nigel Gearsley, Holly Schiffel, the Race and Rescue Cars, like all those. But however, you see, unfortunately, like case D, which is like the next case after that, like it does include the highlights, but it excludes like half of the others. I think the only ones who are in that case is only like Mater with Balloon, Luigi and Guido, JD McPillar. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be quite hard getting my 07. Yeah. Well, hopefully Mattel puts them in another case, which I do hope. But anyways, this is the case that we're looking at right now. So, yeah, let's get in with this case house unboxing. Oh, and by the way, I do know that Jimmy Lugridge in this case, like I have him right here. Like from what I heard, he's actually like an accurate like a whiter color instead of like a cream color. I just gotta check on that, but I don't think he's really interesting like to show in this video. I think these are the more interesting ones that like people want to see. So yeah, anyways, let's get right to it. So the first one I'm gonna be unboxing is Flash Nilsson, the Swedish version of Cars 2. Well, the Sweden version at least. So you see, this guy is from the Swedish version of Cars 2, like I said. If you know, there's also like a YouTube compilation where it shows like all the countries. You know, like there's Mexican, Japan, Brazil. Yeah, no, yeah, check that out. It's on YouTube. So yeah, Flash Nilsson, definitely a very exciting one, despite like being a really super chase. So yeah, anyways, like he looks pretty cool. Anyways, on the back you see some more Cars 2 releases. I'm pretty sure that like these three over here, these are like the new ones, or like the quote unquote new ones. Like I think the rest is pretty much the same. All right, now without further ado, let's get Flash Nielsen out of the package. Oh wow, he just came flying right out. All right, so here is Flash Nielsen out of the package. Wow, he looks pretty nice, honestly. I really like that dark blue paint on him, like the I guess like the kind of like Swedish crowns. I don't know. I'm not a genius behind Swedish. Okay, I'm not a country expert. So yeah, overall pretty nice. Like you know, I think like the original one had a more like lighter blue. Well, this one is it's more accurate, like darker blue. So out of this, you know, there's the you know, like every cloud has a silver lining, which is personally like a good thing to have. Now, I don't really have anything to like compare to him since like this car is brand new to me. But however, I will still compare him with Max Chanel. Yeah, so far, like, it's basically just like a Max Chanel, like, repaint. So I guess they just had a bunch of, like, GRC Max Chanels in the bank say, like, hey, here's another Cars character that we can make out of the same mold. So yeah, same expression, different paint job. Overall, pretty nice. Yeah, I like this diecast. Alright, anyways, moving on to the next one, we have Morgan Martins. So you see, like, if you remember from, like, Race and Rescue, like, a long time ago, not really long, but, like, you see, in case why, Mattel has rescaled Morgan Martins to fit in with, like, the single, which is just, like, a big chunk of plastic. So, yeah. It's just kind of fortunate to see like Morgan Martin's basically just like rescaled and to fit in the box. But here we have like another version of this. Fun fact, I think he was also in like that Walmart case, not case, like Walmart listings, I assume, or like had like a bunch of cars that like that are possible releases for 2026, included like all the highlights, and then one of them said ambulance, and like many people speculate, is it a new ambulance? Is it a re-released ambulance? But no, it's just Morgan Martin's. Well, I guess we shouldn't be really too surprised since like, or we thought it was like the Race and Rescue version, but no, it's the version from Cars 3. So yeah, let's get Morgan Martin's open up from the package. On the back, you see like there's other releases, which is just a bunch of next gen racers. Like funny enough, like hey, like if you see like I found it so funny how like Smokey's just like the odd one out. If you don't look at Smokey, you basically just have a whole lineup of next gen racers. Kind of hilarious. And notice let's get Morgan Martin's open up from the package. Alrighty, so here is Morgan Martin's out of the package, and as you can already tell, he's definitely going to be like a reskin of the Race and Rescue Morgan Martin's. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Just a basic reskin. Race Division, Rescue, Race and Rescue. Ooh, big difference. Yeah. I actually do think that like the 17 like is actually more smaller in this one. This one's a little bit more bigger. Race Division. Unfortunately, like he does suffer from like that squish and squash stretch proportions, which like I really do not like. I really do not. Yeah, I'm gonna like yeah. Overall, like it's not overall like Morgan Martin's like it's not bad as a re-release, but like I just wish that like it wasn't like a rescale version since that deluxes don't exist no more. Now that like deluxes had to fit into a regular singles box. Funny how it's just this like his plastic box is just like one big giant bubble of plastic. Pretty funny. Alright, now the last one we'll be looking at today is Ray Riverham. And this one, I'm honestly kind of excited to like get this one open because like you see he is like Jackson Storm's crew chief, and yeah, to be honest, like for as significant as like Jackson Storm's crew chief, I'm honestly surprised that he isn't like released like more often. Like he should be one of those cars that should be released every like 2 or 3 years. Let's say not every like half a decade. So honestly, I think we should probably like welcome Ray Riverham with like open arms since like like he's pretty cool and he's also pretty expensive online. So yeah, let's get Ray Riverham open up from the package. Also, what I noticed is that like from when I looked at the pictures, when I look at the diecast, is that like you see, I always wonder like why his blister was so or why the car was just so like tilted up. But it just turns out it was just like it's all just because of the headset. That's why it looks weird. Yeah, that's basically how I can explain it. So yeah, that definitely like explains it. Alrighty, so here is Ray Riverham out of the package. Wow. Honestly, like he looks pretty cool. I really like that. Also, I found a difference. You see his grill? It's actually kind of shiny. That's interesting because like you see, I think he has the same grill mode as like Chris Freeman. Let's just say, yeah. I guess the China quality makes this a lot more silver. I like it. It's definitely kind of like a better looking silver than like the just the flat gray. Yeah, I like it. I like the shiny part. I like the grill. Looks nice. His face is kind of chill. Like you know, he has to like that kind of chill expression, which it's like I think it's kind of unique to him. I think maybe some cars have it. Unfortunately, like his back is like plastic. Unfortunately, so that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, you know, it's still like, you know, it's simple with the headset, but you know, I like it. I love it. It's Jackson Storm's crew chief. You can't go wrong with it. Okay, so yeah, that is officially gonna like wrap off like this video. Like like overall this video wasn't like really that long as I thought it would be. Only like 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes. So yeah, that is all the highlights for today. And yeah, so far like in the diecast mainline, like we're basically like moving pretty fast with this diecast lineup. And like it feels like we already know what's going to be like released in in 2026 already. You know, with all the celebration cars and like the re-releases and new releases, which is like yeah, it feels like we already know what's coming out in 2026. Like right now, like some people are already finding like Case F of 2026 as singles, and already like in Canada, they're already finding like the two packs with Red two pack, the Dynaco two pack, and McQueen headset. Definitely very exciting. Finally, he's getting a release, and it's definitely like almost a decade of the making for this one. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Comment what's your favorite car in this case. I definitely liked Flash Nielsen, even and Morgan Morris. You know, like all of these are pretty good. I honestly like all of them. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Bye now.